You'll have to excuse me, this is the first time me doing a video like this. First off, I'm not even wearing headphones, and I'm standing up. It's going to be a bit of an experience. Nonetheless, today we are going to be reviewing Wonka, the film that's came out recently. And first off, I just got to say, what I'm going to say first is that it's fantastic. We will obviously talk about everything that we normally talk about, but first off, really good film. I just have to put that out there. So first off, we are going to be starting with the blurb, as we always kind of do. We're going to be talking what the film is about, focusing on a young Willy Wonka and how he came to meet the Oompa Loompas on one of his earliest adventures. That is pretty much the film. That's what it says on Google. And yeah, no, that's pretty much the film. That's pretty much what it's about. And it talks about its, yeah, like I said, earliest adventures and how he kind of, you know, started his business, started his kind of empire, being a chocolatier and whatnot. And that's pretty much, yeah, that is what the film is about. But to talk about it more in depth, again, I've got some notes I'm just going to kind of read off, or I will try my best to read off, I should say. So, as I said earlier, first off, the story writing, yes, it's really good. It's fantastic, and pretty much what the film is about is that it talks about his earliest adventures and how he became to become a chocolatier. This film is really interesting. In terms of the storyline, it's really interesting, but on top of that, it's got some, you know, kind of comedic value to it. And one thing we're going to talk about later on is the actors and, you know, the casting. It's really, really good, and again, I'll talk about that later on. But the one thing that is very important in this film is that you have some amazing characters, and also they're just lovable as well, which is really, really important. And this film was a musical. It had plenty of songs that also, one of the songs is, you know, everyone knows it. Pure Imagination. Everyone knows this song. If you listen to it for 5 seconds, you'll instantly know what it is. Okay, let's talk about the videography and also the effects as well. Well, all in all, really good as well. This film does include a wide variety of camera angles, and on top of that, but the color scheme as well is really, really good. It's got a lot of kind of vibrancy, which is very good. It's not too much to the point where it's, you know, overloading, but it's the perfect amount, and that is exactly what you want in a film. We're now going to talk about the casting, and I have to say the casting is pinpoint in this film. So in this film, there is a lot of comedic kind of, you know, value to it, and what they've really doubled down on it. That's what I'm trying to say. They've really doubled down on it. First off, one of the characters that really kind of sprung to mind, or actors I should say that really sprung to mind, was Rowan Atkinson. You'll better know him as Mr. Bean. Everyone knows Mr. Bean, and, you know, the fact that he can, obviously as Mr. Bean, he rarely talked, but he still made everyone laugh. That is exactly why he should have been brought into this film, because he's a fantastic comedian. He's someone who doesn't get enough screen time, but I'm glad that he was able to be part of Wonka, because, again, fantastic comedian. Also, on top of this, we also had Matt Lucas. Now, for those people who might be my age or older, you'll better off know him from the series Little Britain. This was a fantastic series, but of course, if it was shown in today's time, yeah, it wouldn't really go well. But again, if you are kind of my age or older, you'll know who Matt Lucas is. And again, someone who hasn't really had much screen time recently, but Wonka has brought him back in, and I think that's fantastic. And finally, in terms of like comedian people, we also had Keegan-Michael Key, who you might know from Key and Peele. Just overall though, the actors for this film is fantastic. It's perfect, and I think that everyone's done a really, really good job in their kind of position and the characters that they've played. They've done a really, really good job, and, you know, hats off to them. No pun intended. They've done a fantastic job. They've done a really good job. So to everyone who has been part of this film, seriously, congratulations. Talking about the rating, I think you guys know what rating I'm going to give this. From everything that I've talked about, everything that I've said, I am going to give this a 10 out of 10, because in my eyes, I don't see anything wrong with this film. I think it was a fantastic film. It was really, really good, and the thing about this is that it was enjoyable but it was also funny as well, and I think that's one thing that is needed in musicals as well. It's not just about the songs, it should have some kind of interesting parts to it. But again, let's talk about the musical side of it as well. Yeah, there was a lot of songs in there, which is great, which is awesome. And again, we also had the classic song Pure Imagination, beautiful song, and of course it's the classic Willy Wonka song. The overall story, the overall film was fantastic, and it looked amazing, by the way. It was honestly fantastic visually, but also just the story writing, casting, everything that you want was perfect. And would I recommend that you go see this film? Absolutely. I don't see a reason to not see this film. Now, whether you want to watch it in cinema, whether you want to watch it at home, is completely up to you. You're still going to have a fantastic experience nonetheless. Personally, I loved it, and I went and saw it in the cinema, and I think you definitely should pay that money to go see it in the cinema, because it's absolutely worth it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to subscribe and put the post notifications on as well. Let me know if you like the kind of camera being here. Yeah, it's kind of different. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Thank you all, take care, and yeah, have a great day. Peace, bye-bye.